everyone, it's Emma, and today I'm going to be talking about some spooky reads that I've got planned for the fall time. Basically, this is my books I'm going to read this fall video. I love reading in the fall. I think it might be my favorite time for reading. There's this specific mood that I get in the fall. Really specific types of books that I want to be reading that I don't necessarily get like super excited about the rest of the year. Not that I don't read them the rest of the year, but for some reason, fall time makes it better. I do just love fall time in general, to be honest, but I especially love reading certain types of books, and I'm going to talk about those books. So the first book is maybe more of an announcement. I've mentioned this on social media, but I don't think I've actually officially mentioned it on my channel. I'm planning to do a Raven Boys read-along. I'm going to have the whole month of November be the Raven Cycle read-along month. You can join me if you want to read the series or if you want to reread the series like me. Despite what you might think, given that this is my favorite series, I've not actually read the entire thing start to finish again. Like, I've read the first book 2 or 3 times, and I've reread parts of the second book, and I've reread parts of the last book, but I haven't gone through and read the whole series since I read it for the first time, which was, I don't know, a long time ago. I don't have all the details of specifics and how it's all going to work. If you want to keep up with that, please go follow me on Twitter because that is where I will be announcing everything and keeping up with you guys as to like who's going to be reading along and all that. What I do know is that it's going to be pretty casual. You can read the books at any point during the month of November. I'm going to be reading 1 book a week because that's just how it will work out best for me. But you could read all the books in the last week of November and you would still be participating in this Raven Boys read-along. The point is to read the books so that we can all talk about them. These books just have a very spooky mood to them. There's a little bit of like darkness and magic and mystery, which I love, and it fits fall time perfectly. Pretty please follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with details and stuff, and also Instagram maybe, because I will probably do Instagram lives throughout the month of November to like keep up with it. Maybe I'll do a YouTube live. I don't know, I've never done that before. It scares me a little bit, but if you want that at the end of the read along or something, just let me know. Yeah, so I would love it if you would read the series with me in the month of November. It's still a ways away. I will be mentioning it again. It is one that I'm going to be reading because it's spooky and because it's fall time and I wanted to reread it in the fall time and I would like for you guys to read it with me. Moving on. The next 2 books that I'm going to mention are actually ones I'm already reading. The first one is Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. This is the second book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. I read the first book at this same time last year and I loved it and it fit perfectly with fall time. Then I didn't continue the series because I felt like it had to be fall time for me to read these books. I'm only like 100 pages into this one. I started it yesterday. I really enjoy the characters in this one and it just fits fall time. It is a little creepy and like unusual because these kids have such peculiar talents and because it's based on the photographs inside. They'll put in photographs. Like, that's pretty weird and creepy. I also would like to read the last book in the fall time. I'm in the mood too, so I might as well. So if I have time, I will also be reading Library of Souls. The other book that I'm currently reading is The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alexandra Bracken. This book just came out. It's brand new. It came out in September. It is Alexandra Bracken's new middle grade book. I'm never sure whether to say it's middle grade because I think technically it is middle grade, but the bookstore that I work in, we put it in the YA section, so that just like throws me off. I don't know if they decided to do that because it's kind of dark for a middle grade or because they wanted it to be with the rest of her books, but everywhere else I've heard that it's a middle grade. All you need to see is the back of this book to know that it is perfect for Halloween time. But the premise is also super spooky. It's about this boy who realizes that there is a demon inside of him The whole mood of the book is very mysterious. It reminds me of like grim fairy tale type stories, like that old classic kind of fairy tales that are just kind of dark and creepy. Not that it's really creepy, because it's not. It just has a moodiness to it that I'm loving in the fall time. I'm also just really enjoying reading another Alexandra Bracken book. The next one, I've mentioned many times that this is a very Halloween-ish feel to it. It's Tokyo Ghoul. Volume 7 is the one that I'm on. Look at this cover. Look at this cover, guys. Guys. When I bought this book, I was in Barnes & Noble and I was just like looking for the next volume, but it was, you know, this way out. And I pulled it out and it was like, I'm obsessed with this cover. You can probably tell from the front that it's kind of creepy. This is a manga. It is a horror manga about this world where there are ghouls and there are humans, and this boy who, through kind of like a violent accident, he becomes half ghoul, but he's originally human and he's still half human. So it's kind of about him trying to navigate being part of both worlds and being this bridge between the worlds. Ghouls, if you don't know, eat humans, so obviously they don't really get along. Some of the ghouls are like nice ghouls and they don't attack humans and stuff, but then there's like the creepy ones. I love this manga. I've mentioned it many times on my channel, so you probably know by now that I love this manga. As it goes, it's getting creepier and creepier, like more disturbing and more disturbing. Volume 6, there's this one character that I was like, oh, okay, alright now. It is perfect for like Halloween time, if you're into that whole dark horror thing. I'm not usually into it. I hate horror movies. Just seeing the trailers creep me out and I'll have nightmares. But for some reason, this one doesn't affect me like that. I don't know if it's because, like, reading it as a manga, just the form of art is totally different. I'm like stalling wrapping this up because I want to hold this cover up just a little bit longer. And the last book that is on my list of spooky reads, although I have like 10 more that I would like to read but probably won't get to. The last one is Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. This is the sequel to Our Savage Song, which I also read at this time last year. It's the second book in the Monsters of Verity. I'm pretty sure this is just a duology. Yes? Pretty sure. I don't know why I'm doubting myself now, but I'm almost positive this is the last book. This book came out a little bit ago, and I haven't read it yet, and I'm pretty sure the reason is because I really associate the first book with this time of year and like fall, and I didn't want to read this one in the summer. Fall time has come, or it's starting to get here, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm ready for Our Dark Duet. This Savage Song was one of my favorite books of last year, and Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab, is one of my favorite authors, so I'm highly anticipating loving this book a lot. The world building in this series is just so cool. In this world, violent acts of hatred or just like acts of violence against other people create literal monsters. They're not like the types of monsters that don't have souls. You go into the book thinking, alright, there's going to be monsters and there's going to be humans, but the whole point is like, are the monsters really evil? Are maybe the humans evil? How do you know if you're a monster? Can you still be good? Which is what I loved about it. Just talking about it now is making me so excited to read this one. And I think it's because it's perfect for fall. It's all about monsters. And it's Victoria Schwab. And Victoria Schwab is a queen. Those are all the books that are on my spooky reads list for this fall. I have a lot of other ones that I would like to get to. I've been putting off rereading The Foxhole Court because it's not time to reread it yet, but the first time I ever read that series was in October. October comes along and it just feels like I should be reading The Foxhole Court, but I don't need to reread those books. I don't. I forgot to point out my little hedgehog friend. I came home one day and my mom was like, I left a present for you on your bookshelf, and it was this. I haven't named him yet, so if you would like to name him, you can leave a name down in the comments and I will pick one of your guys' names for my little hedgehog friend here. Also, let me know down in the comments if you would like to participate in the Raven Boys read-along, or if it just sounds interesting. You don't have to be like, yeah, I'm 100% gonna read those books. Just like let me know. if it sounds cool, because I'm really, really excited about it. So I hope that you guys will get excited about it too. I hope you have a lovely day or night or afternoon wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. I don't know why I've been snapping and doing finger guns so much in my videos. I'm gonna have to edit out like 5 times that I did finger guns during the read-along and stuff. Read-along? No, read-along? Alright, I gotta end this video. I've been rambling on for a long time.